Hello everyone and welcome back to Phoenix Wright A Trilogy. Last time we started the second trial where we questioned Mike Meekins and we learned about the video footage that happened in the evidence room and the blue badge and all that junk and all that stuff. It was a whirlwind of stuff, and now we managed to get Jake Marshall into the courtroom to testify. And that's what we're going to be doing right now. As you can see, once again, I have not left the game at all since the last time. We are starting right off immediately when the last video ended. So I'm basically doing the segments to keep the video short, and so it's like not like an hour long like Final Showdown was. But that makes sense because that was the last trial of that game case, and it was a very long trial, very long trial. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna keep going. It's currently February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. That's right. Emma ran away after Gumshoe brought the files, and Emma found out what the SL9 incident really involved. Anyways, the court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lonestar. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge regarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. What's up, guys? I'm back. Miss, please say your name and occupation. Me, partner. Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross the intersections we needed. Yes, we get it. Oh, I know. You're a patrolman. That's my name. If you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I never heard Miss Edward described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as a desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please show us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. No problems, partner. Day of the crime, okay. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time wetting down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so you're out of ammo. It's time I hit the trail. I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and ID card reader. I reckon even a cowboy like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint activated locks in the evidence lockers? Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not thinking of machines. Or following orders, apparently. Everyone's got their weaknesses. Now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Take him away. Day of the crime. Okay. My job was to keep a wary eye on that what was the bone orchard? How did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved and scared the camera monitor. That room's so still. Even Diamond dies in there. I'm just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual was recorded, the tape started to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I erased the tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy is a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but my style, your style. Hold it! But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard what I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in the way. Get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force. So Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? I'm bugging about it after sharing all this, to be honest. Besides, I'm expecting 2 security sisters anyway. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that ball as bongos, except your pasta. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson. That's strange. This usually where Edruff says, "Did you not want to raise this year?" Oh no, I'm waiting to hear everything. Then I can tell him you're gonna get a very bad deduction on your pay. Hold it. You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in my day, the locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism? Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. Couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe says something like that too. Anyway, it's also saying that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? So basically, I have to prove that. Do I basically have to prove that he was there at that point in time? Actually, no, let's check this. Okay, so incident number SL9 closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark, crime, serial murder, sentence, death. Victims: Edward Jones, Ed Kirby, Jay Bates, Jason Knight, Rachel Moss, Neil Marshall. Okay. Head prosecutor Miles Edruff. Witnesses: Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Investigation Task Force. Executive investigators: Damien Gant, Lana Sky. Head investigator Bruce Goodman. Investigators Jake Marshall, Angel Starr. That's it. Wow. All the everyone. Wait, so that's like everyone we met so far was involved, except for Mike Meekins. He wasn't. Except for like Meekins or Gumshoe, everyone else was involved. Anyways, you have to be like, who's there? Wait, go to this out of ammo line. Okay, press it first. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall. That's right, partner. You would call it evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. Huh. One thing seems clear: despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Detectives don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently, your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I better up the ante. So he said before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante. But guess what the answer is? Objection! Objection! There's fingerprints on the evidence locker! That is, you being called in to testify like this. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind the scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint. Listen really good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, I make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. Objection! I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Your bloodstained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Huh? I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints. Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. Blood-stained fingerprints, okay. Like I said, it's only natural my fingerprints being in that evidence room. Well, it just happened to be the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain in the glove, the bloodstain in the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or did you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy's hiding something, I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it. Bloodstained fingerprints! The same place as the bloodstained handprint. Murder untouched my locker was by chance. Bloodstained fingerprint completely unrelated. Or did you know he was wearing gloves? But, are we sure about that I was wearing gloves at the time of that incident? Because if we go over to here, this is the scene of the stabbing on all the bloodstains and stuff. I'm not sure if this is actually what we're supposed to present. I want to play it safe since we already lost 2 points. So, let's see. Oh, do we have to present it again? Nope. Wrong answer. That's the wrong answer. Please, Your Honor, let me. That was wrong answer. Wrong answer. Alright, we probably have to prove that they are unrelated. That they aren't unrelated. Hang on. Yeah, never mind. No, not there. Not there either. This is not going well. Not going well at all. Sorry, this isn't going well. Let's think this through. Okay, so we have to prove that the fingerprints and the glove are related. But we don't know. You know what? I should probably press some things. What should we press? Let's see. I don't know, press this, I guess. Hold it! Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, the other's a type of murder. Right! Although seemingly alike, they are totally different. I don't see what hominins have to do with this. Okay, so that did nothing. But how would you know the murderer was wearing gloves? Hold it! How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do keep my job. I keep up. But I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a blood stain on the leaves, thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Yeah, I think we tried that too. Huh. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. Can't let him scrum out of this one. Gotta find something. Something decisive to tie Officer Marshall to this crime. I just press this then. Hold it! That's because you, how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. Now and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. Other than that, now there's a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints went all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from the locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint locker all this time without even knowing it. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This sealed blood is in the desert is just food for the buzzards. Huh? There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape? So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue testimony, Officer Marshall. But what if it was? Objection! Dang it! I didn't save state, so yeah. But it has to be something. It has to be something. Wait, I think I got it. Wait. If we want to prove that he's on the video, then he doesn't realize about the fingerprints. That means... I thought that was it. I literally thought that was it. Oh, God. Let's try... Is it the bloody handprint again? No, it's not. Nope. Nope. Not the handprint. I feel like we definitely have to present something here. But what do we have to present? Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, Ponder? What do we have to present? So around here somewhere, I know it. Come on. And this past case, Edgeworth. Happened document dated February 21st. The light is open. Piece is missing. The print had been wiped. Can I examine this? What if oh, you know what? What if I like play the whole way through? Maybe that'll help me do something. We'll let this play the whole way through, and then let's see. Because I know there was something towards the end of the video that caught my eye, and I want to see if I can, like, you know, confirm that and stuff. There's gotta be something here. Come on. I let this play through, and then let's see. Come on. It's around here somewhere. It's around here somewhere. Right there. He said that's his locker. There's something there. Well, no, presenting didn't work. Let's try pressing. Hold it. What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, is that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Objection! But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with this camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. Objection! We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. Might as well, because I think I actually do know. Show evidence. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright. You might wind up being the one making the mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. Fast forward all the way to the end. Okay, so pressing was that I really need to just press first before I show it, before I try with evidence. Doop 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 doo. But almost there. Almost there. And stop her there. Take that! Take that! Bring your attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. It is short in Texas, and so are tempers. Could you tell me what you have to say in 8 words or less? Yeah, well, you can clearly see that you can clearly be seeing this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Doop 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 to do. There it goes. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. And there we go. Oh! The white cloth! It's gone! What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? The crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared, and there's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order, order! It seems that's to hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what? My locker was open. That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so you opened the locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault you happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? Yeah, he doesn't know. This guy is just plain dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who could open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker, now prove it. Take that! Fingerprint sensor. Yep. We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? Oh, we gotta get a breakdown? I only got 1 word for your partner. No! That's a breakdown. We got a bigger one, but we got him. Okay, wow, okay. Order, order, order! Witness, explain yourself! If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Ole, please answer the question! What is he now? Bullfighter? I grab a red cape and I will deal with this mess. That's alright, Officer Marshall. Hello everyone, sorry for the cutoff again, but we're still gonna finish the trial off, so good catch back up. This is the final nail in the coffin we need to do in order to nail Jake Marshall. So we got everything else all together, so we're ready to finish this off now. I gotta rewind. We're just gonna quickly finish this off, and then that'll be it. Again, very sorry. I don't know why it happens, but it does. Hang on. Pause, and here we go. Dig that! For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know what end. Yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat! You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. Oh, he admits it. Now then, Officer Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you only half persistent than you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. It seems the time's come. For the shootout at high noon. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. Planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. So the supposed victim was really you. But there was one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is that he's the donor. It was way too much blood for such a small donation. At the end of the day, just couldn't stand by and let it die. Let what die? When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. Well, what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner, that case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance, that's why I... stole the detective's ID card and dressed up him, playing through the evidence. Hold it. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera. And the detective's ID card. I stole that in the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out his lost time report. I returned his ID card and left it on the floor in the prosecutor's parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall, so essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. In normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I was expecting Officer Meekins and knocked him out. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little bit more about his raise this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me. I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry I turned out that way. With me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, I mean this one. I don't know what to say. Huh. So you knocked Officer Meekins out and... Now think about how'd you even get that in here? So you did research beforehand? Those going to the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. And if all had gone to plan, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your codes in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, on that day, wasn't anyone murdered in the evidence room at 5:15. But the blood found in the crime scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim was shown on that tape as me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So I stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. What? Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. What? Mr. Edra, where's that evidence? Still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? By the way, partner, it's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Yeah, that's fair. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID card? Injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're not an officer yourself. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The murder has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Press Y. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. But there's something that still bothers me. Something went down in that trial. Something no one will talk about. What happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think is his real reason. What I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related some way to that case. I bet you know those files. I did, yeah, I think I did. Couldn't just stand by and let it die. You know why? I know why. And looked at the files. Someone shared your last name. Objection! Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file right here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. Ugh. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. Oh, picture flash. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? You must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands. But what's his relation to you? He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the deputy chief of police. The then deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records. What do you mean? My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with his resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on in the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lonestar. Objection! But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Objection! Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. A sole murder took place in the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky, and the testimony of one of Miss Angel Star is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. I rest my case. The Sanders trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder of the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder in the security cameras tape really was fake, but I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, it's time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. We gotta hold it. Gotta hold it. Who is it? Oh, she's back. Emma, she's back. Emma's back. You wanna wait? Emma? The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright! Are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor? Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Miss Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. Okay, I guess Emma's gonna talk now then. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to Jordark killings? Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky Sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found in Detective Goodman's locker? But no fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I should have found a clue. So, I ran over there, looked at it. You ran to the police department and back? What? So did you find something? No. Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. And I'm just an attorney. But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. Anyone can save Lana is you. Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regards to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain? It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Your Honor will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright! We don't have all day! Yes, Your Honor. If ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint in Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? I object. Objection! This handprint left in the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something that hasn't been drawn on there? Yeah, something that when drawn will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Well, the spray defenses are simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use. The question is, which item can prove something is missing on the floor plans? What is missing in the floor plans? What would be missing in the floor plans, actually? I don't know. It's like looking like the very last thing I need to... I don't know what to do! What is should be shown? That's... Wait. It should be something. Should be something. Should be something. Something. Come on. Give me this. Take that. Take that. That is, as long as he faces in the general direction. Seems Mr. Wright's not sure which direction to face. It's no use. The more evidence there is, the greater the chance of me being wrong. Just calm down, Mr. Wright. Try and remember what the evidence room was like on the day of the crime. What is that bothers me about this blood mark so much? About this blood mark? Please allow me another chance, Your Honor. I'll prove it this time. But let's pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Good God. Oh wait, you know what? It's not accounting that the floor plans aren't like specifying where the blue badger is it? Because wasn't the blue badger there that day? So maybe. What about that piece of plywood? Yeah, okay, we got it. The blue badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of the truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing the time of the crime. Well, what? Ugh. What? That's right. So long as the blue badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint on at this spot in the locker. What? So that means, so what does this mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces undeniably found on the locker. Don't look at me, I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After you put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on the locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment, I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. How? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand on the floor from which the trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time, Come on. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown in this tape. It had to have been then. It had to have been. It had to have been Detective Gilman when he was really murdered. Objection! That's ridiculous! I refuse to accept your absurd claim. Objection! The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found in the locker. Objection! So then, assuming this murder you propose really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Presuming it was back. To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being caught by Jake Marshall, who was posing as a Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the lock proves this. Very well, then tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edwards said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that. Now, the defense, please present this evidence. Well, I think I know exactly what this one's gonna be. Yeah. Hour and a half for 4 p.m., huh? Well, I have an ID card record that shows a number we don't have yet. 4:20 p.m. Take that. The crime took place inside the evidence room that the killer would have had to enter it. In order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh! The ID card record! Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badges panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50. The crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40. Yeah! Yeah! Miles Edgeworth! What have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. Doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out that it could have been me. Nope, but I ain't getting it. I'm not understanding either. It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's take a look at the chart again. There's only one other card number reading 77777777. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How can Detective come into the evidence room? Since there is no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only possible explanation. He went in with 77777777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. I know whose ID number is 77777777. That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of the ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 777777 belongs to someone in the rank of a captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such person's identity. Objection! But that's ridiculous. Just how? I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There's one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge is filed against the executive is accepted. An official charge? You're alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how prosecutor's office operates. Objection! I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her. The defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Lana? Objection! Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 77777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. That's all 9 incidents. Going back to this again, huh? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Are we bringing him to the stand? At the stand, okay. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I'm fine, Mr. Edworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Huh? Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant! Just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? You looked me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did. Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But, Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. Oh. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Order! Lana's remarks caused such a stir. Chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. God, that is... Oh, that was... Well, we are in trouble, apparently, but that is the end of this video. I'm finally done for the day. So, yeah, that is it. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you want to see more like this, then be sure to like and subscribe. And then if you want to see more videos like this, then turn on the notification bell so you know when new videos are up. We are on to the final investigation of this game tomorrow, and then it'll be the final trial. So, yep. We are almost done with this game. So, yep, that is all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow, but I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.